What's up everybody, we're back, and in this video I want to show you my favorite free guitar amp sims so far in 2024. So there are several free options out there, and dare I say they sound just as good as the paid ones. You can argue about that in the comments below. But even if you do like the paid stuff more, this stuff is still free, so you can go pick it up anyway. Now this is not going to be a deep dive into any one of these plugins, it's just going to be a quick look at them. But if you see something on this list that piques your interest, I would encourage you to go check it out yourself. When I say free, I mean it doesn't cost any money to get these plugins. For most of these plugins, you're going to have to create an account and sign up on whatever website they're being offered from in order to get it for no cost. And that's a deal breaker for a lot of people. So if that describes you, I'm sorry. But there is hope. This first one is my favorite guitar amp sim, and you don't have to create an account or log in or anything to get it. Let's check it out. So if you've been on my channel at all, you know I love the Neuron Amp Modeler. It is an open source, user-driven profile plugin type thing. And what I mean by that, it's not emulating any specific guitar amp. What it allows you to do is to capture your own gear and then use it in the plugin. And if you want, you can upload those files to something like tonehunt.org, and other people can download them too. Right now, they're at like 16,000 profiles, so there's a little bit of everything out there. But looking at the plugin, it's very straightforward. You have input, noise gate, bass, middle, treble. That's a post EQ. That's not actually changing any amp parameters or anything like that. And then an output knob. You have a normalize button to try to level out all the different volumes in the profiles. And then you have your place where you load up your NAM files, and then a place to load up an IR. And the tones really depend on which profile you have loaded. For example, right now I have a profile of a Marshall Plexi from Emil, with an IR from August Rose Audio, I believe it is, by Apocalypse Now. Here's what it sounds like. If I wanted something different, I'll go to this folder, go to where all my profiles are. I have a whole bunch. Slippery slope once you get started, to be honest. I like this 5150 by Tim R. Let's load some of those. Then you have these arrow keys that let you navigate within the folder. So let's go to the 5152 with a TS9 in front of it. Let's find something clean now. Let's go to the Fender Twin Pack. Let's go Vibrato Bright. So it all really depends on which profiles you have. Awesome piece of software, definitely go check it out. And this one you don't need to create an account or login, so you can just go to neuroampmodeler.com and download it right away and get started. And then get all your profiles from tonehunt.org. If you want to learn more about the Neuron Amp Modeler, I'll have a video linked in the description below. Up next we have Tonocracy. It's very similar to the Neuron Amp Modeler, but it has a bunch of extra features too. If you look at Tonocracy right now, I have an empty chain. Tonocracy already has a lot of stuff built in. You can profile your gear just like NAM using what they call it tone snaps here. And then you could also load in your own NAM profiles too. So everything you can do in NAM, you can do in Tonocracy as well, with just a little bit more CPU usage and a bit more flexibility. So if you don't want all the extra stuff, use the Neuron Amp Modeler. If you do want the extra stuff, try out Tonocracy. So I've got an empty chain right now. Let's build something. I'm going to open up the amps folder, pull in this Friedman amp. Just drag it on. Doesn't sound great because I don't have a cat. Let's grab an IR. All these IRs are from ML Sound Lab, so you know they sound awesome. We got an amp and a cab. How about effect? Let's grab this noise gate. Let's grab a delay. Walk delay. I'm going to put it in between. Turn the mix up. What else? What else? Let's throw a chorus in there. Chorus in front. Let's do tremolo instead. I changed my mind. Tremolo. Tonocracy wasn't free for a while. I didn't really like it then, but now it's free. It has all the flexibility of NAM plus a bunch of extra stuff. Definitely go check it out if you're interested. This next one is the Goblin by Aurora DSP. And this is probably the simplest, most straightforward plugin that I have on my list. And what you see is what you get. This is based, I think, off of a PV5150, boosted with, I think it has a TS9 in front of it. I have high, low, and mid knobs and an air knob, and this head is actually the gain knob. And then in your IR section, you have nasty all the way to the left, rude all the way to the right. No cleans on this one. Turn it on. No noise gate either, so it's real noisy. Let's try another tone. Let's turn the air up. I'm not nasty. Turn the gain. Yes, the gain. Let's turn the gain down. Makes it a little bit quieter, but it still has plenty of gain. If you don't want something that's high gain and just straightforward, definitely check out the Goblin by Aurora DSP. Up next is Roots by ML Sound Lab. This one's a little bit older than the other ones, but still awesome. It's a collab between Ryan Fluff Bruce and ML Sound Lab, and it sounds awesome. So let's turn it on. This one does have a noise gate. If you go to the pedal board, turn the noise gate on. That'll get rid of that noise. Here's what it sounds like when you first load it up. Definitely meant to be high gain. You also have a pedal board, compressor drive, chorus, delay, reverb. Turn the drive on. Let's try the chorus. Let's do delay and chorus. And that's cool. And a really cool part about this plugin is actually the cab section. So it's very similar to the Miko 2 plugin by ML Sad Lab. You have a couple options here. You have a bunch of mic options. You have a couple speaker options, and then you're able to actually just drag these mics around. So you're going to get a lot of tonal variation just in this cab section. I don't know why my guitar doesn't want to stay in tune today. I apologize, but it is what it is. Let's try the Dynamic 57. Really cool stuff. Definitely go check it out if you're interested. So up next is Neuron II by Audio Singularity. This one's pretty cool. It's supposed to be modeled after a Sodano, but I think I agree with a lot of people when they say it doesn't really sound like a Sodano at all. But it's still pretty cool. Let's turn it on. A little bit noisy. I'm going to turn the gate up here. Here's what it sounds like straight out of the box. The cool thing about this, it actually has another amp too. So this is the NEU 100. Then you also have the NT 300. I don't know what this is based off of, but it's definitely a lot cleaner. And a lot quieter. Let's turn the output up a little bit. So it has a clean option if you want it. Cabinet section is pretty cool. You can't move the mics around manually. You have these pre-selected areas where you can put the mic. So again, a lot of tonal variation just based on that. You can change the type of mic. You can change the type of cab and speaker. Change the mic distance. It's really cool. You also have a tuner, and then you also have a pedal board. And I believe all of these go in front of the amp. Compressor, burn is like a distortion and fuzz pedal. Chorus, time machine is your delay, and then room. Let's make a sound. Let's do delay and reverb. So lots of cool stuff here if you're interested. This is Neuron II by Audio Singularity. And the last one on my list before I hit the honorable mention section is Amp Blocker by Audio Assault. So there's a lot of stuff you can purchase in this plugin, but there's also free stuff here. The Prestige amp here is the free one that's included in the plugin. This is what it sounds like. Click it on. So it's a lot brighter than everything we've heard so far. And on this amp, you have gain, bass, middle, treble, presence, master. You can also add pedals. When you load this up, anything highlighted is stuff that is available for free. Or if it's something you purchase, it'll be there too. If you haven't purchased anything, it'll be just what's highlighted is free. So there's a bunch of pedals we could do here. We could do a tube screamer. Gotta turn it on. Could do, what do we do after that? Let's do a tremolo. I like tremolo. Turn it on. Neck pickup. And then there's also, there's a chorus, there's a wah, there's an EQ pedal, there's probably a delay too. I think Flashman's a delay. Yeah. This cab section's really cool. It's very flexible, similar to how Amp's Roots was. You can grab the mic and move it around. You have a ton of cab options, which is really cool. Drag the mic around. Let me turn off that delay. Down. And the tremolo. Cab. You can add distance, you can add in room sound, high pass, low pass. You can mix two cabs together. It's really cool. Then you have this post cab section where you have all these other, it's like rack type gear you can throw in there. That's all included for free. Let's put a delay after the fact. That's Amp Blocker by Audio Assault. If you're interested at all, definitely go check it out. Then my honorable mentions are going to be Tonex by IK Multimedia and Amplitude 5 by Multimedia. And when I used them, I liked them a lot. There was a lot of flexibility there. I really liked using Tonex as a block in Amplitude 5. Kind of weird to mix them up that way, but it worked. I thought the tones were awesome, and then there's a bit of a user community within Tonex. People are uploading profiles similar to NAMM. And then there's the Tonex pedal where you can drag your profiles to a pedal and then use that in your rig without having to drag a computer or anything like that around. My issue with those two plugins right now is that it crashes Reaper. So even though I've updated and everything, I just can't get them to load without crashing Reaper. And another downside is they're huge. I think the Tonex download was like 5 gigs and the Amplitude 5 was 3.5 gigs. So big programs, lots of CPU. So if you can get it to work for you, definitely go check it out. I think they're really cool. I can't show you them because they won't work on my computer right now. And that's my list. That's 6 different awesome free amp sims out there right now. And there are plenty more, especially if you go into something like pluginsforfree.com. There's tons and tons of amp sims. I wouldn't waste your time on any of those though. I think these are top of all the free amp sims out there. So you can definitely dabble with other stuff, but like you're not going to get any better than this. And I should mention the Tonex and the Amplitude 5, there's a free like trial version. So there's some stuff blocked off. You're not going to have the full version of Amplitude 5 and the full version of Tonex for free. And there's other stuff out there like Guitar Rig 6 I think has a free version too. I never really liked Guitar Rig 6. It wasn't bad, but everything else here I think is better. But use whatever you want. You're probably going to get great results regardless of what you use. Because this technology is just really good now, and the way you're able to just layer up guitar tones, you're going to be fine. Let me know what you think in the comments, and please let me know if there's something I'm missing, and let everybody else watching this video know that if there's something else awesome out there that's free, they should go check that out too. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.